here with the #1 contender in the UFC's welterweight division, Johnny Hendricks. First things first, how cool is it that you got to work out with Mark Coleman on the 20th anniversary show?
I think it's awesome. I remember watching him. I still like him as a fighter. He's a great wrestler, and he's done a lot for the sport. So very honored, very honored.
We're looking at the shirt here. The orange shirt says, was it "Go Beard" or "Go Home"?
Oh yeah. Go beard or go home means I'm gonna lay everything out on the line for this fight. I have already, but now it's about proving it, and I believe that it's my turn.
You got the same demeanor as the last time I talked to you in Vegas, which is about 4 months ago. You're still calm, you're still collected, you're still smiling ear to ear. I'm not sure if you know, but you got a big fight on Saturday night.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I can't do nothing about it today, right? Can't do nothing about it tomorrow. The only thing I can do is get my weight down, make weight. This is the second stage of my camp, and that's weight cut. And then third is the fun part, and that's what I enjoy the most, is getting in the octagon. And, like I said, it is what it is right now. All I can do is do what I can do, prepare myself the best. And if why waste energy on something I don't have any control over?
So, and I told you this to your face the last time. We talked about George St-Pierre's opponents in the past. That people were scared of Thiago Alves, and George did what he had to do. They were scared of BJ Penn. He did what he had to do. Everyone that he's fought, he's did what he had to do. But people are still saying Johnny is different. Johnny's dangerous. So I posed the question to Chael Sonnen. How different of a wrestler when it comes to MMA is Johnny Hendricks in comparison to George's past opponents? And you should have seen his body language change, his demeanor when he looked me in the eye. It's a totally different world when it comes to Johnny Hendricks. Is that wrestling that you bring to the table that much of a difference along with the left hand?
Yeah, I got strong legs, strong hip. I'm a big guy. Most of the guys he fights are 190 walking around. I walk around at 220. So I'm used to going with bigger guys. Wrestling. I've wrestled at Oklahoma State. I went back to Oklahoma State a lot with Coach John Smith. Had great wrestling partners that studied GSP and sort of did his takedowns. And that sort of helped me out. Also, just knowing, believing in my power, I know I can use this to benefit me in this fight. That's all he's talked about is my left hand, my left hand, my left hand. And he said maybe my right hand. Guess what? It's going to land. And he knows that. I know that. So it's going to open up a lot more stuff for me to use.
In reviewing his takedowns with some of the elite guys that you've been working with, are they as predictable as they seem?
Well, what he'll do is he'll actually jab, and he'll lean like that. He'll lean, and he's already got a long reach. So whenever he starts leaning, it gets longer and longer, and then all of a sudden, whenever you come in, you think you're going to hit him, but you're missing him. And then the next time you lunge in real hard, and whenever you lunge in, he's timing that to get underneath you. Get your hips back a little bit, takedown's easy. So that's what I have to avoid, is whenever he starts playing that jab game, parry, counter over the top, don't let him get comfortable with that.
I want to preface that last question. I didn't mean to say as predictable as they seem. Do they seem predictable after you watch them on tape? That's what I wanted to say. But thank you for the exceptional answer. The girls. Have they watched the primetime episodes?
Yeah, they have. They're like they're fighting over. My wife said they fight over whose daddy's who. You know what I mean? Who's my daddy? And I love it. That's I miss them a lot. Being away for about a week now. But like I told her, hopefully, good Lord willing, I don't have to do it for the rest of my life.
The world changes if you become the world champion. You probably fight twice a year.
Yeah, twice a year, and that's why I've been fighting the last 2 years. Realistically, last 2 years, I've been fighting twice. But the only thing is that I have a little bit more control and money to afford to bring them with me. You know what I mean? That's what I want. Is I want them to be everywhere with me, and I want them to be out here and experience this, and get to see their dad, what he really does. Because I try to hide it from them as much as possible, but I want them to experience this and move forward from there.
So let me ask you this, because I'm a father as well, and doing what I do, people are always asking me, do you want your son to be a pro fighter one day? Let me ask you that. If your girls ever came to you and said, Daddy, you know what, I want to follow in Ronda Rousey or Miesha Tate's footsteps. I want to be a pro fighter. Would you advise it?
I beat my body up so they don't have to. Okay. You know, we each have our own story. And my story is I want my girls to grow up. I want them to play golf or tennis. You know what I mean? I want them to, so that way I can do stuff with them. You know what I mean? I can do stuff. I can golf. I can go golf with my daughters. You know, it'd be very hard for me to teach my daughter how to fight. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh, I don't want you to learn this. But, you know, I will teach her, in a sense, how to protect herself. But I don't want her to get in the octagon. But again, you know, if she does, and that's a bridge I have to cross, you know, we'll cross when we get there. You know, how can I say no? And whenever I've done what I've done.
For those wondering, that was Mark Lehman that sort of slid into the shot, giving Johnny his glasses. I know better than to give my back to Mark Lehman. As a friend, I expected you to warn me when he was coming up behind my back.
Well, he snuck up on me too. I just saw a blue thing right here because I was looking at you. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw this. I was like, okay.
All right, Saturday night for the welterweight championship of the world. So much is on the line. Your life could change on Saturday night. What is your perfect fight that will not only make you the world champion, that will send a message to the division? You don't want a piece of the big rig.
I think I've sort of already done that. This fight is just win. You know, I'll do what it takes to win, but I want the fans to be happy with my performance. And so that's really the outcome that I want, is I want them to be happy and me be happy with the performance. So I think I've prepared myself for that the best I could, and I think it's going to get done.
Thank you for being a consummate professional. Thank you for always being full of integrity. You are a good man. Appreciate it. Best of luck on Saturday night.
Thank you so much.
There he is, Johnny Hendricks taking on George St-Pierre, UFC Welterweight Championship of the World, Saturday night, MGM Grand in Las Vegas.